Hello and welcome to Aspiebloggen podcast episode 8. I am your host, Tom Eriksson. In today's episode, what I think about Jordan Owen and his recent mental breakdown. This is a podcast where I bring you my views on things in an attempt to let my voice be heard and to grow my confidence. For too long I have not voiced my opinions on the things that matter to me, but that will all change now. Some of what I will bring up will be about Asperger and autism related stuff, since that is what my blog is about. But most will be my opinions on things and what is going on in my life. My website is at aspiebloggen.se. There you will find the show notes for each episode as well as my other blog posts. The blog itself is in Swedish, but this podcast and the corresponding show notes will always be in English. Now let's get started. Today's episode is brought to you by the letter U. So I was listening to episode 75 of the Matt Forney show, and the topic was about Jordan Owen, one of the two people working on a documentary called The Sarkisian Effect, which is, or I should say, was about social justice warriors and how they use their professional victimhood for profit. The name comes from Anita Sarkisian, who has been very successful at scamming people with her lies about sexism in video games. Well, the documentary might never happen since Jordan had a breakdown and ditched the project. Why? Well, because Davis Aurini, who was the other man working on the video, is friends with Rouge V, who runs the blog Return of Kings, and Jordan has issues regarding the content of that blog. Most of it seems to concern women and dating and Jordan's problems in that area, and also the subject called game. Well, Jordan feels that using game to coerce women into dating, and of course sex, is wrong, and that it is basically like rape since the women are quote-unquote tricked into doing something they don't really want. My game is non-existent, but even I know that is not what game is. Game is just a way to present yourself in as good way as possible to achieve the goals that when reached will be of benefit to both partners. The fact that men and women end up regretting it has nothing to do with it. Regretting something after it has happened doesn't change the fact that when it happened, both parties agree to it. I don't normally talk about dating due to my inexperience on the subject, but after hearing his truly disturbing opinions, I had to speak up. Like Jordan, I am a fat slob, and for the reasons I talked about in the last episode, I'm unable to change that. I know that going low carb and to the gym will work miracles on my physique, but it is more than I am capable of doing right now. Jordan thinks that women should flock to you regardless of how you look, and that if they don't, then you deserve to die childless and alone, and that nothing should ever be done to change women's opinions on you, i.e. get better looking and such. Well, screw you, Jordan. Now I will also like women to throw themselves in my arms, but I do know how attraction works and realize that I'm not that attractive. Jordan's opinion is that a man, regardless of BMI, should just wait for women to show up, and if that doesn't happen, then that is okay. But you should never try to make yourself more attractive and learn how to talk to women. Oh no, that is creepy. Well, I've tried the whole waiting thing and it is not working, and I don't expect it to work anytime soon. Fat people are not attractive to me, nor most people, and the way to fix that is not to change people's opinions on fat people, but to not be fat. What I can't understand is why Jordan didn't follow Davis's advice. I mean, you have incredible support, yet that wasn't good enough for Jordan. The movie Dogma, directed by Kevin Smith, would have you believe that ideas are better than faith because you can change your ideas. Well, while you can also change your faith, I don't think that changing ideas is as easy as that otherwise great movie would have you believe. Just look at the feminist ideologues who rage over the so-called manosphere. The incredible hatred that they have over what mostly just amounts to dating advice and how to eat better, which down philosophy thrown in for good measure. Why do they hate it so much? I myself could easily fill my mind with similar hate, but I try harder every day not to. For many years I have more or less resented the guys who can get girls by just being present. Yet now I understand. By the way, this would be a good place to mention something that Elliot Rodgers said. He wondered why no woman liked him. Thinking about it, I wonder the same thing. I get why Jordan Owen and I are that delayed, but why not Elliot Rodgers? I mean, he was good looking, and to me he looked a lot like Justin Bieber, who we all know are very popular with girls. The only reason I can think of, and this has probably been mentioned somewhere, but I haven't read much about him, that he cannot have been particularly nice to the people he met. I can't put it into words, but he must have been very bad with people to drive them away, despite having looks like that. Anyways, regarding my own views on the popular guys, so do I not want to go around and hating them for being so successful? No, I don't want to hate them. I want to be them. Unfortunately, not enough to make the necessary changes. That's how I feel about Valentine's Day. Actually, I thought more about it before it happened. When it was going on, I might had some passing thought about it, but I didn't let it ruin my mood. Thinking about it wouldn't anyway have improved my day, so I try not to. What will bother me, however, is summer, when all girls start wearing very little clothing. Summer is always tough time for singles such as myself. If only I was the woman. Then I could join the fat acceptance movement and bitch and moan over how no one likes me because I'm fat. If men did it, they would be shamed, but apparently women are excused for some strange reason. I mean, attraction is not the secret. Women want tall, somewhat muscular guys, and men want slim, symmetrical looking women with long hair and nice breasts. Fat acceptance is not going to change that. I can't change how tall I am or the fact that my spine is bent in a hunch, but I can change my weight and how not at all muscular I am, if only I had the energy. That is my excuse. What is yours? By the way, I started writing this episode several days ago while first listening to Matt's show, but now when I go back to listen to it again, it is gone from both the blog and iTunes and SoundCloud. I don't know why. And of course I deleted the file I downloaded. I mean, it's 2 hours long, so when would I listen to it again? Episode 76 didn't mention why it's gone either. Oh well. And that will be all for now. The show notes for this episode will be at aspiebloggen.se/8. Until next time, take care.